Hello and welcome everyone to Let's Play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. This one I've been waiting to do for a very long time. And you know, we've got some things to take care of first. Like, how do you start the game? You hit start, that's how. This game has some of my favorite music, and it's gotta be, if not my favorite Sonic game of all time, it's definitely up there in one of the like top 3 or something. Not that I've ever actually like ranked them or anything, but you know, I love this one, Sonic Advance 3, Sonic 2. They're probably my top. I mean, like, you know, Generations and stuff was good, but these are the classics, and I grew up on them. So, in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you can choose different characters. A first for the Sonic series, one of many. Also, you can save. That's another thing that was added. So, we're gonna play with the classic combo of Sonic and Tails, of course, though. I hit B. I hit B like an idiot. I don't know why I did that. Okay. There we go. We went A to start the game. Hopefully I've got this mapped correctly. Probably don't, but what can you do? So to start this game off, it leaves off where Sonic 2 left off. You're Super Sonic, you had all the Chaos Emeralds, and then Knuckles takes them, and here we are, Angel Island Zone Act 1. So, there's a couple of new features in this game, one of them being that move. Does it really do anything? Not particularly. It extends your attack by an inch, which is cool, but not terribly useful. And one of the very first secrets of Angel Island is if you spring up here, you can find a speed up in some rings. And run into that guy, like I always do every time. Ugh, this is kind of ruining the music. Oh, okay. Invincibility! Yeah, this is gonna be an LP where I just do music sounds a lot, so be prepared for that. But, you know, I thought to myself long and hard up until this point, what can I bring to the table? What new thing could I possibly bring to a game that has been LP'd to death and beyond? And the answer is, not much. So I'm just going to do what I always do. This is the boss. He's a mini boss anyway. He fires missiles, don't touch those. And he's also on fire on the bottom, don't touch that either. And we even have a stage transition and everything. Also, a bonus stage. The bonus stage is really just for rings. It doesn't actually give you Chaos Emeralds in this one. How do you get Chaos Emeralds then, you may ask? Well, I actually missed it. But, somewhere around the stage are hidden little, things that teleport you to a special stage. I'm gonna try and find them. Oh, also, this may remind you of Sonic 1. And in fact, you'd be correct. It does. And we're out. Oh, we have 50 rings now, so that's cool. You can get in there with like 20, I believe. It's not very difficult. Huh. Also, you can get crushed by those spikes, so careful of that. Spin dashing is still a thing, as it should be. This is a Sonic game after all. Okay, that's fine. Alright. So anyway, around the stage are hidden like giant ring things, and I believe you can only activate them if you have 50 rings, but I might be mistaken on that part. And you just got hit. But one of the new features of Sonic 3 and Knuckles are shields. And with the fire shield, you can you're immune to this guy basically, because all he does is blow fire at you. And one of your main abilities with the fire shield is to turn into a fireball if you press A twice. Oh, okay, well, I guess that's one way you can lose the shield, is to touch the bottom of him. Oh, couldn't bounce the sign. I suck. There are 3 different shields in the game. We'll go over each one as we see them. Also, new to the Sonic 3 and Knuckles is different music within the stages. Also, I guess you didn't need 50 rings. So we're not gonna try and go for the Chaos Emeralds because this game I'm really bad at. But this is Blue Sphere. You can collect rings doing this, you know. To collect big groups, you just need to go through and collect all the ones in a square. Like so. And then they become rings. To get the Chaos Emerald, you need to collect all of the blue spheres. There are usually about 100. And there are like 7 of these. And they become progressively more difficult. And I have a hard enough time with the first one, because as you collect the blue spheres, you go faster and faster and faster, until eventually you're going ludicrous speeds, and I have no idea what's happening anymore. So, yeah. Stop! Okay. Ah! See, this is the exact kind of thing I was talking about. I just don't have the reaction speed for that game. But that's how you collect the Chaos Emeralds. Could I collect them with enough save scrubbing? I could. It'd be difficult, but I could. Maybe I'll try it. Also, water. Water is still a thing. Sonic still drowns. Don't drown. Generally a bad idea. But there's a way around drowning in this game. The water shield. Or bubble shield, or whatever it's called. If you press A, you bounce. You bounce in a bubble. It's cool. Also, you now have unlimited air underwater. So that's pretty sweet. These logs have spikes on the bottom, and they spin around, so be careful of that. Alright. Just keep in mind you're not immune to fire or anything with the bubble shield. You're just immune to drowning. But especially in the next zone, that'll be a useful thing to have. I believe your shields also carry on to the next zone and everything if you still have them without, you know, dying. I mean, well, now I want to. Wait, no. It's always the same thing every time. I don't know why I bothered. Got 2 rings. That's cool. Okay, can I please get to the goal? Please. Oh my god, I hate this. You remember how good I was at this in Sonic 1? If you don't, there will be a link in the video description to my Sonic 1 LP. Note to self, put a link in the video description to the Sonic 1 LP. Okay, gold. Jeez. Alright. No one ever said I was very good at Sonic. I just love playing them. There's a difference. It's like how I love Toho, but I suck at Toho. Speaking of, there's a new Toho game coming out, Gensai Rondo. I will probably be showing off my first 3 hours of that. Unfortunately, the first 3 hours of that will probably be the first stage, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not that bad at Toho. I've had some practice with it, that's for sure. Yeah, if I didn't say it before, the music transitioned between Act 1 and Act 2. And that's a new thing in Sonic 3. Also, there's mini-bosses after the first act. And they have their own music, too. Well, that's not to say each mini-boss has their own music, I should say. The mini-bosses have music, and the boss has music. Also, there's, I think a shield up here and I want it. Yup, fire. Especially fire, because fire shield is really good in the, Angel Island Zone. Alright, so we see something we'll be seeing a bit later, but for now, we'll just think of it as the giant airship. To outrun the giant airship, you hold forward. If you don't hold forward, you become like Tails, who constantly gets killed because his algorithm is to keep him behind you at all times, which means he'll skid to a stop every few seconds and then get hit. Thankfully, Tails getting hit doesn't mean anything to us. And of course, in the background is the one, the only, Dr. Eggman. We are immune to his attacks, but we are not immune to falling to our death. So, gotta be careful of that. Kinda like that. I do that every time with the freaking fire shield. Every time. It's without fail, in fact. Luckily, you can get the fire shield every time before you fight him. Also, we're on 1 life already. This is not going very well, I must say. But those save files will be nice, because even if you game over, you can restart from the zone you died in. So, we also won't be using save states because of that, though. Well, I will save state at the end of this one just to make sure that my information is actually accurate on that. Just in case. And in case the saves aren't working at all, because that could also happen. In fact, having Tails is actually kind of a disadvantage, because sometimes he'll do things like attack the boss and make him invulnerable, and then you jump through him, and then things just get annoying. So you hit him a few times, and you have defeated him. Easy peasy. Normally there'd be a bit more strategy to, you know, not getting hit by the fire and everything. Also, floating eggs! But with the fire shield, you can kind of just choose them. And of course, there's Knuckles. He screws around with you a lot. Also, he's new to Sonic 3 as well. But next time, we will fall into the Hydrocity Zone. Until then, later guys. Man, it's just a bunch of energy and a bunch of blobbering. Oh, well. That's how all my Sonic LPs were, so it's nothing new, right? Until then, later guys.